This is Joan Schaefer. By the time this video goes public, I'll be dead. I'll have been murdered. And my death will be made to look like an accident or suicide. All because I exposed the following.
Sir, my name is Dakota. I was sent to pick you up. I'm supposed to escort you. Sir? Hello, sir. My employee paid you bail and she needs to see you right away. Sir? Excuse me. Hey, what?
What do you want?
What the hell are you doing? Get off of me! We're the ones who paid your bail!
Bullshit! Bail was denied in my case.
My employer has special dispensation. She called in a favor to get you out. All she wants is to talk to you.
This sounds like a setup to me.
It's not. The law only applies to whom those above us say it applies to.
Blondie, you better start making sense.
My employer is a part of what you lower classes call Illuminati or whatever you people call them. She's a part of the ruling elite and was able to call in a favor to get you out.
Why me?
She needs protection but can't call in any of her normal operatives.
So your boss lady settles on me because of what? I'm close by?
She got you out of what was going to be life sentence. Does anything else matter?
Fuck off!
Hunky motherfucker. Don't tell me what to do. Come here, baby. I took good care of you.
It's okay, I'm fine, thank you. We had a misunderstanding. It's cleared out now. Please. Leave.
So this white bread can damn near kill you, but I gotta go because I'm black, right?
Your skin color has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that you're threatening us with a baseball bat and you have a gun.
So this is it? You're a racist peckerwood? You're dying to call me a nigger, ain't you?
Maybe. I don't want a murder charge upgraded to a hate crime.
Motherfucker!
No! Come with me before they take you back to jail! Come on!
Pull over, let me use your phone. Please.
Hello? Hello?
Son? It's Dad.
Why is this call not coming from jail?
I got out.
What, did you escape?
No. Can I come see you?
That's not a good idea, Pop. I got a lot going on.
I heard I'm a grandfather. You married?
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, look. Now isn't really a good time. I gotta go.
Wait. Do you remember that day we were playing with your army toys in the backyard, just you and me? That was the best day we ever had together.
It was the only day we ever had together.
Are you going to warn them about the virus?
They wouldn't believe me. Now, hold that camera in place. Like this.
Maybe you should.
Should what? Tell them that the elites are going to use a plague crisis to trick the masses into allowing a tyrannical world government to form? No, Francisco, they think I'm crazy. I'm the CEO of the entertainment industry, and I'm going to focus on exposing the secrets of my area of expertise only. Okay.
That's the proximity alert. Probably just Dakota. He's armed.
Yeah, Francisco, but everything is fine. Just don't ask.
This way. Wait here.
Who are you? What do you want?
You're very direct, Sergeant Major. My name is John. Welcome. You remain armed. How industrious. Maybe you are the one I need.
For what?
To keep me alive.
How long?
A tactical mind. I like that too. I'm starting to feel more secure around you already. I need you to protect me for a week or so. Long enough for me to do some interviews.
Who's coming for you?
My associates. They will send assassins. Until they get me. Ultimately, I won't survive. They are well funded. At the top of political power. They'll eventually kill me. I work for a secret entity. In your point of view, there's no point of comparison.
Can't escape.
Correct.
How soon?
I have an interview scheduled for tomorrow, a live broadcast. Once they hear the secrets
I reveal about them, they'll send assassins. I had an accident affect me last week, which makes them suspect me. They may already have the first assault en route.
How many?
First, they send a specialist, one who can make it look like I committed suicide or overdosed on some drug. The specialist will be accompanied by an armed gunman.
And when they don't return?
Next, they would send in military contractors, no pretenses. And the cleanup crew will be tasked to create an acceptable narrative for the media to explain my demise.
How many men in that assault?
Not sure. I've never even heard of anybody surviving the first assault. I just know the procedures. I probably be killed at that point. I'll pay you. The first million is at your right in that bag.
Then another million after you fend off the first attack.
And an additional million after every attack you successfully deflect.
I know who you are and why they wanted to kill you. You have been wronged. I can make it right. All I ask in return is that you do what you do best. What say you, Sergeant Major? Will you stand with me?
To the death.
One last instruction. My 2 assistants aren't targets. If it comes down to them, keep them safe at all costs, even above mine. I'm expendable, they are not. This is Francisco, and this safe house is his facility. They'll eventually find me here, but luckily Francisco is an ex-Navy commander, and as paranoid as they come, this safe house is defensible. That's why I'm here.
The entire area has motion sensors. I have spikes to stop all vehicles 2 miles away.
All incursions will be infantry.
Affirmative.
I don't suppose you have a case of Claymore somewhere.
Negative.
Francisco has been a confidant of my family since I was a child.
Her father was a good friend. I'm here to protect Joan at all costs.
Francisco, you are only assisting the Sergeant Major. You're not a target, and I won't have you become one. Neither will Dakota, who you've already met.
I just don't understand why the hell you're doing this.
I need to make a few things right.
Yeah, but you told me.
I know what I told you, and I'm sorry to say that the career I was preparing you for won't happen.
I don't care about my goddamn career. I care about you throwing away your life on this suicide mission.
Excuse me, Her Impudence, Sergeant Major. She's not taking it well. Dakota!
Welcome, ma'am. Would you like to freshen up for the interview?
Listen here, Missy. I don't know where the hell I am, and Sancho over here didn't give me any answers. So Joan better be inside, and there better be some goddamn earth-shattering news for you to drag me all the way out here.
Joan, long time no see. This is also mysterious. Your secret hideaway? As a matter of fact, I've never seen you in such humble surroundings. The first time I interviewed you was at a White House dinner, and the last, I believe, was on a 400-foot yacht off the coast of France. You sure you want to be interviewed here? Yes, it's unavoidable. My assistant can connect your camera to the live feed.
Do you want me to set up your camera?
No, I'll handle it since you've insisted I come alone without my camera crew. Okay, I'll just set this here. I always look better from slightly above so my eyes can reflect the light. Okay, let me just...
Okay, we are all set to go. Live stream at your command.
Great, here we go. What are the talking points?
There are none.
I guess she doesn't understand. Possibly, however, there are no talking points, no restrictions. Okay, I'll just stick to the normal rules. You don't have to. Wait, I'm trying to be helpful. How can you answer unscripted questions? I say the truth. About what? About what I really do. What you really do, right? Okay.
Okay, and we're live in 5, 4, 3.
This is Carol Shaw reporting from a remote mountain location with an exclusive interview with activist turned movie studio executive, the one and only Joan Schaefer. Thank you so much for giving me the honor of breaking this story.
Thank you. First, I have a quick question for you.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
What would you say if the president came on your show and admitted that the entire presidency was just a tool to make one half of the country hate the other half for the purpose of divide and conquer?
I'd welcome that interview.
Or how about if the head of a large bank came on your show and admitted that banks are mainly tools to turn people into debt slaves?
I wish they would. Can you arrange that?
No, but I am a CEO of one of the largest telecommunication companies in the entertainment industry, and I have an announcement.
How exciting, coming from a woman who's fought so hard for the equal rights of women, the LGBTQ community, and the undocumented. I'm almost afraid to ask. Have you single-handedly ended the tyranny of the white male patriarchy?
You're so kind, but no. I haven't ended tyranny. I've been a part of it. Up until just now. I've helped shift the blame away from the real tyrants using the media.
I see. So what you're saying is...
Although I've played the role of social activist and the liberal queen of outrage, it's all been an act. The ruling class puts operatives like me in positions of power. We use movies and TV shows to push the left-wing liberal agenda.
What? Okay, great. So what you're saying is that the Republicans have become so evil that they...
No need to summarize. I will explain if I wasn't clear enough. I am announcing to the world that I
and other executives like me have been put into positions of power to make the public apathetic, unintelligent, and easier to control. We have operatives in the highest positions in the banking world, in the pharmaceutical industry, in the agriculture industry, and of course, in the political arena. As you know, media is the most powerful weapon in the world. We can make the masses believe that the guilty are innocent and the innocent are guilty. Media dictates what the masses should believe in and what they should be angered by. Movies and TV shows are no longer just entertainment. In the last few years, we have pushed it to the extreme and made them almost all works of left-wing propaganda.
I'm just an observer here. I have no affiliation to what you're ranting about, and quite frankly, none of it is making any sense at all.
I will clarify, I, Joan Schaefer, am explaining to the public that I've been put into a position of power by my generational connections to glamorize all manner of degeneracy in the media in a concentrated effort to make the population into mindless sheep. We use movies and TV shows because humans imprint better when they're in an emotional state. That's why the Bible is in story form and not a book of facts. Media is a perfect tool to push the agenda of tyrants.
Tyrants. Movies and TV shows are artistic creations. Are you saying that filmmakers and actors are tyrants? They're artists. Why attack them?
Most of the filmmakers and actors who have risen to the top are not artists. They have risen to the top by showing the overseers that they can push our agendas and be puppeted by us. Only those with political maneuvering talents are promoted. We don't choose movie stars by their artistic acting talent. We exchange favors and backdoor deals.
Are you saying that filmmakers such as Lucas, for example, are not artistic? He created an entire galaxy of artistic imagination.
Of course, but that was decades ago, and Lucas was anti-Hollywood and wouldn't play our politics. So we pushed him out. Now his galaxy far, far away belongs to the Hollywood machine.
You're describing a level of omnipotence that's hard to believe.
We are not omnipotent. We simply promote all media makers who propagate our politics and agendas. The others are made to go unnoticed and are financially destroyed.
If this is true, why would you take part in this?
I was given a seat at the highest of round tables. I enjoyed an opulent lifestyle and protection in exchange for my efforts to make the lower classes into mindless consumers.
You want the public to believe that those in power are purposely creating mindless consumers?
The liberal elite needs the populace to be smart enough to labor and to generate commerce, but not smart enough to understand they have been exploited. We keep their bellies full and their minds occupied by entertainment. Now the entertainment is being used to socially engineer population of human cattle.
This is turning into conspiracy theory territory, and I don't report on such stories. Sorry, you'll need to find someone else. You out of your fucking mind? Jesus Christ, you're the CEO, for God's sakes. Do you realize what you just said on a live broadcast? They'll have you killed.
Our cameras are still rolling. We assumed
Shit.
you would walk out once I exposed the truth. That's why we have our own cameras.
Miserable bitch, do you really think that you did something here? The public doesn't care. They're stupid and they like it that way. We've been boiling the water on those frogs for so long that they can't even perceive of the danger you're trying to warn them against.
Then why are you so upset about me revealing the truth?
I'm not. I'm just pointing out how pathetic you are. You think you're some kind of whistleblower? What a fucking joke. Even if you do get the cattle's attention for a minute or two, the old ones go right back to watching their reality TV and the news, and the younger ones go right back to staring at their cell phones. You will be forgotten.
Then you have nothing to worry about. Bring in the next interviewer. Keep the cameras rolling.
Sergeant Major, remember how Joan warned us that she already might be targeted? Looks like she was right. There's movement on the sensors. Engage at grid 8.4 Tango.
How many?
2 for now.
I'm on it.
I'm out of here. Let's go, Sancho. Fuck.
I'm ready when you are.
This is Avenging Angel 64, podcasting from a mountain hideaway where Joan Schaefer has just dropped an atomic bomb on the world. I don't even know where to start. You've just admitted to using movies and media to brainwash the public. Can you explain how?
Basically, we make people go against human nature in general.
For example?
Well, for males, we purchase movie franchises that are traditionally aimed at boys, and we use those beloved characters to push a liberal ideology. For example, we show boys that following their instincts, like to save the day or protect women, is misogynistic, and that acting like a man or being brave is toxic. So we purchase these popular old franchises that used to depict positive male role models and twist them into tools of indoctrination.
And boys fall for that?
Boys can't even watch old James Bond movies without being offended anymore. I'd say it's working just fine.
Interesting. So that's for the males. What about for the ladies?
We produce content that depicts women only having a worth when they behave like men. We take away the women's natural attributes like compassion, grace, beauty, intelligence, and replace them with male action hero tropes. We show that being a mother or wife is puritanical outdated. We glamorize the single mother who has made frivolous decisions as a champion of righteousness, someone to aspire to. Then we insult and mock women who keep their families together. We depict homemakers out to be fools. We do a lot of detail work to destroy women. They are smarter than men, so it takes more to make them go against their nature.
We are smarter, aren't we?
With men, we can just put video games, alcohol, porn, or casual sex in their faces and they stay stupid forever. Why do you think porn is free?
And that works?
In most cases, yes. Hell, my grandfather dumbed down the whole baby boomer generation by letting rock stars glamorize brain-destroying drugs. They somehow have made them self-loathing, docile, and weak.
But what makes you think that modern-day consumers would fall for these tactics?
You all do. Especially girls like you. We've targeted women for decades.
And you're saying you do all of this with movies? And you've been doing it for decades?
Yes, and yes. Decades ago, we made movies like Rosemary's Baby to portray motherhood and marriage as demonic.
You're citing a critically acclaimed horror movie.
It was a propaganda movie directed by a convicted pedophile who was doing our bidding. That was just an old example to show you how long we've been at this. In modern media, we create endless dramatic scenes with women taking off their wedding rings in slow motion when the music swells. Then they throw the ring into the ocean or off a cliff or whatever. And in the end of the movie, we show the woman with a better upgraded man, a better looking man, a champion with more money and who understands of all of her flaws and takes all of her baggage.
Well, what's wrong with that?
It's a way to trick women. Champion men aren't looking for divorced single mothers with baggage. Statistically, women who divorce downgrade to a worse partner.
Well, that sucks.
That's why we glamorize giving up and moving on as heroic. We trick women into taking actions that reduce their happiness and their opportunities.
Well, I guess I'm never getting married then.
That's also the wrong answer. Now that I'm no longer part of the ruling class, I can tell you honestly that the best way to thrive is to have a love in your life, with a partner who will tolerate you when you get upset and display your negative side, a partner who will be with you when things get rough, because life gets rough. That's why my associates don't want families to stay together. That's why we glamorize divorce. We enslave men financially and we lower the life opportunities and the mental health of the mother and the children.
I'm so surprised that you're admitting to all of this. It's also diabolical.
And it gets worse. In recent years, we've been propagating not getting married at all in the first place. Having children makes humans selfless. It's nature's way of making us evolve. The ruling class prefers to see generations of unevolved, self-centered 40-year-old males still going to dance clubs and playing video games while they decide what they want to do with their pathetic lives when it's already too late. We create useless men who either have to settle for a woman with a lot of miles on her, or if he's too proud for that, he'll have to hope that sex doll technology advances quickly. Either way, useless, self-centered males who stare at themselves in the mirror of the gym while they work out are easier to control.
Well, maybe they get what they deserve.
We all might get what we deserve, even us ladies.
What does that mean?
We also tell women to party their 20s away, carefree. Basically, we trick women to think that independence is better than a partnership with a loving partner. We trick them with catchy songs and by depicting aging women having the time of their lives being single. Before they know it, those young women are old. Their beauty has faded, and they can no longer fool their biological clocks by adopting any more pets. This creates a generation of women who wasted their most attractive and fertile years. At best, they settle down with a beta male and color their hair so that they don't look like gray-haired grandmothers having their first baby in their 40s.
Well, what's wrong with that? And how does anyone profit from making other people waste their lives?
The elite maintain control by helping the sheep stay self-centered and greedy as their lives pass them by.
I'm afraid to ask why.
Nature knows what's best for us, so we glamorize the opposite.
For example?
For example, nature gives young women the instinct to find a good protector, a good provider.
We're not cavemen, or rather cave women.
Going with nature doesn't make you less evolved. That's why every show we produce depicts situations where women are happier with casual sex relationships even though it's not in their nature.
Men do it.
You just spoke the tagline that elevated me to executive.
What? Men do it is a tagline.
I introduced that very phrase at a board meeting with my superiors many years ago. Men do it? Why shouldn't we? I propose that instead of choosing a man who's a proper gentleman or forcing men not to behave like filthy pigs, I propose that girls should act like pigs in retaliation. It's one of our most effective tools to destroy a woman's self-worth.
You really get a kick out of this, don't you?
No. I hope that everyone can get past the poison that operatives like me have spewed into their minds, and that they can get their lives together to find happiness. Sincerely.
What are your orders?
I'm not saying a goddamn word. Ah!
Talk!
No, wait. I can't. They'll kill me. Ah! Ah!
I'm gonna torture you until you talk.
Okay. Wait. I was ordered to induce a prescription drug overdose to a female client. She's supposed to be in a safe house in the middle of this wrecking yard. I was to administer fluoxetine, an antidepressant OD. It's delicate work. That's why they called me. I'm a chemist. She was to feel no pain. No matter what you do, she won't survive. The next team will not be as merciful. Kill me and you condemn her to a painful death.
No one deserves to die comfortable.
Okay, fine, but don't kill me. I'm just a chemist.
You came here to kill a girl, and you shot me in the back. Best I can do is make it quick.
Make what?
This is also insulting, as a woman and as a person in general.
That's how you've been programmed to react. We've been working on you since you were a child, starting in school.
On me?
All girls and boys. We've implemented tactics in school to treat boys like defective girls in an attempt to emasculate them early. We tell girls not to play with Barbies because those dolls convey a beauty that springs from physical fitness. The reason we in the media attack dolls is that toys allow children to use their imaginations. That breeds adults with imaginations. We, in the ruling class, don't want our cattle to be imaginative. So we are taking away the children's toys and replacing them with what we call the glowing screen initiative. Boys don't go on adventures with their action figures anymore. They play mind-retarding video games. Girls don't go on adventures with their dolls anymore. They stare blankly at tablets and phones. It's the same way we control young adults like you.
Me. I would like to see you prove that I've been brainwashed.
I can.
Prove it.
Well, let's start with an easy one. What would you say is the worst thing happening in this country? No rush.
In this country? Let me count the ways. Probably racism.
Racism.
Yeah.
So racism is worse than rape or murder?
What? I thought you were speaking like systematically or...
You've been propagandized to generalize people by race and gender. Then we tell you to assign a certain level of victimhood to calculate each person's worth. We have convinced the freest and safest and richest generation ever to exist in the history of the earth that you are somehow oppressed.
Do you have any idea how deplorable your words are? You're attacking people of color, people's right to choose.
All I'm doing is making it known to the public that there are entire institutions dedicated to dumbing down the populace. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to open your eyes so you can be free.
You did an outstanding job, Sergeant Major. Time to rest.
I'm fine.
If any of the motion sensors go off, you'll be alerted immediately. Rest now, and I'll rest while you take a shift. Agreed?
You sure you can stay awake?
I have my coffee, and you have my word.
Okay.
I just want to know why.
You work for me, Dakota. I don't answer to you.
Jesus Christ! Helping you getting yourself killed was not in my job description.
What's with all the shouting?
Don't you want to know why she's doing this?
She'll tell us when she's ready.
I knew I could count on you, Francisco.
I know what the accident did to you, but why make things worse?
I ask you never to mention that again.
I don't like secrets in time of war.
Thanks a lot, Dakota.
He deserves to know why you're doing this. Tell him about the car accident. Maybe you can talk some sense into her.
The highway patrol called me in my office. They had me identify them. I spent the whole day at the police office and work. I didn't get home until the middle of the night. I played the piano softly, the way I would when they weren't home. So as not to wake them.
I thought you agreed to get some rest.
If Joan won't say it, I will.
She's your employer, young lady.
Oh, she's more than just that. She's practically my mom and she's gonna get herself killed. So forgive me for stepping outside the protocol. He might be the only one who can stop her from continuing this.
It's okay. Let her tell him.
Joan's family were driving on the way to pick her up for Mother's Day when they were hit by a drunk driver. They all died. Her husband, her daughter, even her mother was in a fucking SUV.
Assassinated?
No. It was a random drunk driver who was also killed in that accident. Even we elite have to share the road with the sheep.
And she thinks that her employers would have her killed because they have no leverage over her.
With all the secrets I know, they wouldn't risk letting me live.
You don't know that all of your superiors were happy with you.
With my family gone, they can't threaten me. It's an unacceptable status for an executive at my level. They still would have killed me, Dakota. I might as well have my revenge before I die.
You used to love your job. What do you want revenge for?
For what they made me do. The poison I oozed into the world so I could live the high life and have a piece of the forbidden fruit. No. The drunk driver was a random girl who was still drunk from the night before.
It was an accident.
I looked her up out of morbid curiosity. She actually was a fan of mine. She followed me on social media. She reposted many of my tweets.
You have a lot of followers, Joan, especially in LA. What does that have to do with anything?
This young woman was propagandized by me and others like me. to live a destructive lifestyle. According to her social media, she spent the night drinking. She met a guy, went back to his place. It must have been a hell of a night because she crashed into my husband's luxury vehicle at 90 miles per hour. My baby girl was only 4 years old. I can't help to wonder if she died instantly or did she die slowly in that tangle of metal, crushed, in pain, suffering? Did she cry out for me? Or did she cry out for my poor husband? Did he die listening to her screams?
It wasn't your fault, not even indirectly.
I failed her completely. Do you know what that's like? Even if I wasn't targeted to be killed, I wouldn't want therapy to recover. But after losing them all, I want to join them. I already bought a grave for myself between my husband and my baby girl. They're waiting for me. That's all I have to say. Now get some rest, Sergeant Major. That's an order. I know this is all very upsetting. You should get out of here.
No, I want to stay with you.
It's me.
Status?
One of the sensors went off in the southern quadrant.
How many men?
Unknown, but multiple signals.
Where's John?
She's doing an interview as we speak.
You've caused quite a shockwave with your allegations. But I have a groundbreaking revelation of my own about your baseless and slanderous lies.
Enlighten me, what has your damage control team concocted?
It's obvious you've been bought and paid for by the Republican Party to mock the achievements of liberal Hollywood.
That's it? Geez, I could have come up with something better. What I've done goes far beyond partisan politics. At the behest of liberals, I've marched for the right to allow women to kill their own unborn babies after the baby's nerve endings have developed, so that the poor baby could feel the pain of being torn apart during their abortion. I've marched for the right to force prepubescent children to choose their own sex in hopes of breeding a transgender generation suffering from gender identity disorder.
How dare you? You've attacked women's health issues, and now you're attacking the transgender community?
I'm not attacking anyone. I'm simply saying that we in the media have been glamorizing transgenderism.
I say they're brave, and they should come out by the droves. They should have us cheering them on.
people who suffer from that condition should have our compassion and understanding. But it's a statistical fact that 50% of the teens who identify as transgender attempt suicide. Why would we tell our children to aspire to that?
They should have the freedom to. This is a free country. From the Declaration of Independence to the Constitution of the United States, we have the freedom to live our lives the way we want to.
The freedom to bear arms, firearms. But we in the liberal media, we worked hand in hand with our associates in the political arena to promote disarming the public of any firearms. In fact, if our liberal laws go into effect, the only people who still would have firearms would be criminals. Isn't it odd that we are disarming law-abiding citizens instead of criminals? All to tighten our grips on the masses to keep them as slaves.
Slaves? Do you realize how ridiculous this all sounds? There are no slaves in chains.
Slaves in death. Whether it's chains or death, they will do our bidding or be punished. Anyone who resists or displeases us will get an audit from the IRS. The IRS will claim that said person has broken one of its many and constantly changing rules and be imprisoned. It's odd that we give children over a decade of mandatory schooling but don't teach them how to fill out a single tax form. The IRS is the ruling class's secret weapon.
If you're going to say things like this, you should wear a tinfoil hat.
I didn't understand your idiom, but I assume it's an insult.
How did you ever guess?
People use insults when they cannot make civilized arguments based on facts.
Hi, you've reached Tom's Construction. I'm not here right now, but please leave your name and number and I'll call you back.
Son, it's Dad. I wanted to say I'm sorry that I was never there for you.
Target is believed to be in the safe house. Split up and approach from either side.
assault Hollywood, but we're champions of civil rights. I myself was integral to the Me Too and the Time's Up movements. I stand for women's rights.
If you really care about women in Hollywood, why don't you ever report on the human trafficking? LA criminals take advantage of you turning a blind eye.
I report on all relevant news. My ratings speak for themselves.
You know that every day in LA, unsuspecting actresses go to fake auditions and are kidnapped. They are chained, drugged, and used for sex. Your news service chooses not to report on that because you don't want to stop the flow of beautiful women relocating to Hollywood. After all, the studio executives rely on having fresh vagina imported daily, huh? Like this girl. She wanted to be an actress and left her small town and moved to Tinseltown. She worked hard. She took acting lessons, but instead of getting a role, she was kidnapped at a fake audition. She was dragged, chained, and raped an average of 20 times a day. Homeless men were allowed to pay by handing over their EBT cards in exchange for 10 minutes with her. She was found 2 years later, pregnant and dying of sexually transmitted diseases. It happens every day in Hollywood. But you don't care.
No,
Instead, the Me Too movement tells us to project our righteousness by defending the honor of surgically enhanced Dalits who willingly choose to go to some sleazy movie producer's hotel room for a nightcap and hopefully an indecent proposal that lands them a movie role.
I don't tolerate slut shaming. Those women have rights.
But what about the girls who are sex trafficked? Wouldn't you agree that rape and kidnapping is slightly worse than getting an indecent proposal?
Do you realize the words you say make you sound insane?
And what's worse, you and I both know that your little movement was conjured up to cover up an independent report who was about to expose some of our top executives as pedophiles who rape children, not teenagers, children. So when your Me Too movement protects the integrity of all the Instagram models with their fake boobs, the raped children and young women who are trafficked are left to rot. Women and children who at this very moment are being held down and raped.
All lies, and pathetic lies at that.
So we sacrificed a few of our political enemies in the Me Too campaign. Sleazy movie producers who propositioned grown women for consensual sex so that we could cover up for some psychopaths who rape children at posh poor parties. Don't you ever feel any guilt?
My conscience is clear because I don't take part in any of this thing that you're inventing.
Of course not. You're all angels. Los Angels. The truth is that most powerful executives and celebrity actors in Hollywood are put there of how well they serve the ruling class's agendas and keep their secrets.
That's your twisted interpretation.
Kind of like how you started your career as a casting agent in LA, bringing all those cute, little hopeful child actors to meet the studio heads at private parties. How many child actors grow up suffering from depression? Almost all of them, right? How many attempt suicide? How many go through with it?
You traitorous bitch! All you were supposed to do is dumb them down so we could make an important move to a one-world government. That's it. You are just a cog in a machine.
Why are you speaking honestly during a live broadcast?
Because this interview's transmission is being intercepted by our people. Not a single second will be seen by the public. As we speak, it's being re-edited to make you sound like a maniac. We'll also release a fake internet history search that'll make it look like you're into everything from masochism to bestiality.
That's disgusting. But I doubt you're willing to let the world know that we have access to all of the internet activities. Not for little old me. Our friends in Silicon Valley are saving that for when they get into trouble.
Well, okay, if not, we still have enough footage of you to edit it to make you say anything we want, deepfake style. We will claim that we fired you and you went psycho bitch on us. Matter of fact, your entire insurrection will be made to look like the ramblings of a frustrated Hollywood failure who's jealous and spiteful.
And if all else fails, we'll release the virus ahead of schedule.
Francisco, go get this woman out of here. And then come right back, okay?
Aye, aye.
The bitch is right. Her signal was intercepted, but we do have the entire interview recorded here.
Good. You can upload this when you're back home. Pick your things. As soon as Francisco comes back, he'll take you out.
But I should stay here with you.
No. It's going to get worse here. These documents will give you access to more fortune. Consider a payment for the years I made you waste training for a career that won't happen. With this money, you almost have the same lifestyle you would have had
if you would have completed grooming me to control the sheep.
Correct.
Please let me stay. You can't make it without me.
This is my last order to you. I expect you to obey it to the letter. Now, go get inside, clean, and pack up.
Creek.
We're pinned down to section 06 hotel.
I'm on my way.
You gotta help us.
When he shoots at me, you run.
No, he wants me.
Mommy's coming.
Hey, your hand.
Oh, yeah, it might be broken.
What happened?
It's,
Did you
it's all right. No, the boys popped back in. It was fine. Wall fell on.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, we don't need to go to the hospital. We don't have
We need to go see a doctor.
If we could afford it, I would, all right? Dad?
I don't want to intrude, son.
You're not. It's okay, I was just,
You hurt?
Yeah, I could ask you the same question.
I'm fine.
Looks like you came to stay.
No. I'd just like to make amends, son. I'm real proud of you.
To all the boys out there, stand your ground. Be strong. Be manly. Don't be a victim. Work for every dollar that passes through your hands. Be a lion. Be so strong that you can show kindness and mercy. Be brave and selfless. Those are good traits. That's why they're inherent in you. Find a woman. Find love. Be a protector and a provider to your family. You'll see that taking on this great responsibility will bring meaning and fulfillment to your life. Same to you girls. Marriage is not an outdated ritual to control you. It's a unique human creation. Every culture on earth has it. Respect yourselves. Save yourselves for a man who loves you. Those might sound like words from your grandmother, but she was wise. You are a princess. That means you don't allow yourself to be used, and you don't give up when things get rough. You can know art, literature, faith and science, anything you want. You have beauty, intelligence and grace. You are Mother Nature itself. Don't settle for anything less than happiness and true love. This is Joan Schaefer. By the time this video goes public, I'll be dead.
Sweet Avalon, last sleep the queen. A storm is raging inside. A storm is raging inside. Secret regrets. forever.